Blackstone presents While the Billy Boils by Henry Lawson. This book is read by Gregory Dwyer. An old mate of your father's. You remember when we hurried home from the old bush school, how we were sometimes startled by a bearded apparition who smiled kindly down on us and whom your mother introduced as we raked off our hats as an old mate of your father's on the diggings, Johnny. And he would pat our heads and say we were fine boys, or girls, as the case may have been, and that we had our father's nose but our mother's eyes, or the other way about, and say that the baby was the dead spit of its mother, and then added for father's benefit, "But yet he's like you, Tom." It did seem strange to the children to hear him address the old man by his Christian name, considering that mother always referred to him as father. She called the old mate Mr. So-and-so, and father called him Bill, or something to that effect. Occasionally the old mate would come dressed in the latest city fashion, and at other times in a new suit of reach-me-downs, and yet again he would turn up in clean white moleskins, washed tweed coat, Crimean shirt, blucher boots, soft felt hat with a fresh-looking speckled handkerchief round his neck. But his face was mostly round and brown and jolly. His hands were always horny and his beard grey. Sometimes he might have seemed strange and uncouth to us at first, but the old man never appeared the least surprised at anything he said or did. They understood each other so well, and we would soon take to this relic of our father's past, who would have fruit or lollies for us, strange that he always remembered them, and would surreptitiously slip shillings into our dirty little hands and tell us stories about the old days, when me and your father was on the diggins, and you wasn't thought of, my boy. Sometimes the old mate would stay over Sunday, and in the forenoon or after dinner he and father would take a walk amongst the deserted shafts of Sapling Gully, or along Court's Ridge, and criticise old ground and talk of past diggers' mistakes, and second bottoms and feelers and dips and leads, also outcrops, and absently pick up pieces of quartz and slate, rub them on their sleeves, look at them in an abstracted manner and drop them again, and they would talk of some old lead they had worked on. Hogan's party was here on one side of us, Mackintosh was here on the other, Mac was getting good gold and so was Hogan, and now why the blanky blank weren't we on gold? And the mate would always agree that there was gold in them ridges and gullies yet, if a man only had the money behind him to get at it.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?